Religion is a tool to bind people together, to strengthen their unity. But just like every tool, it can be mismanaged, even used in the opposition to the way it should. Religion causes both unity and diversity. Religion, generally speaking, creates unity to those people who are belonging to the same religious group, whereas it creates a much wide extent of division amongst people who have different worldwide views, lifestyle, and ideologies. When we talk about religion, we generally stumble across a term called universalism. What does universalism means? Universalism is nothing apart from knowing the truth of life far beyond religion, communalism, and rationalism. In short, it is knowing that we live for one and all in one. The extent to which religion creates unity and diversity depends on certain factors. One of the key factors is exclusivity and restrictivity in one of the particular religious groups. The more conservative and restrictive a particular religious group is, the more in-group unity you will see in that group and a more out-group diversity. On the other hand, where a religious group is more liberal, accepting, and flexible in their ideologies, you will see that overall it will not implement much more effect on both unity and diversity. The other factor is how diverse a particular population in a country is. For example, if a particular country has a group of people who have same group of people of the same religion, then you will see the main religion will create a unifying effect. Whereas in a country which will have a much diverse group of religious would actually end up having a much more subgroups of division within the community, which causes a lot of diversity. In our today's world, religion is publicly used by politics to create and impact people, group, and certain countries by using advantage of humanity to create a sort of division. When we talk about politics, we talk about fame, money, and power as well. And when the three of these things are used in an improper way, then you can see that there is a much more division in the ideologies of people, even of the same religious groups. For example, in 1946, when India was just 1 year away from getting independence from Britishers, people of all different castes, communities, and religions came together and fought against Britishers to conquer independence finally in 1947. But soon, in 1949, when the country was still celebrating its independence, political leaders came together to divide the Hindustan into two separate countries known as Pakistan and India in today's world. What was the reason of dividing Hindustan into those two countries during then, like maybe 70 years ago from today? It was generally because of Muslim community undermined by the Hindu communities. Today, in our today's world as well, we see a lot of places which follow the same kind of ethics and still follow religious conflicts lead to massacre and wars. You can see such examples in Syria, Iraq, and other Middle Eastern countries where conflicts between different religions causes tensions amongst borders of different countries and even of the same religion. When the religion have different ideologies and different perspectives towards each other and even towards different countries, there arises a word called terrorism that we all are generally familiar with. So how does terrorism affect our society in general? Is terrorism really a direct stimuli of conflicts between different religions? I'd like to pause here and ask you all to ask yourself a question that would you really hate a person sitting next to you who is of a different religion, maybe say a Hindu, a Muslim, a Jewish, or a Christian? Absolutely no, right? So then why do many countries including China, India, and the United States, to name a few, think that terrorism causes hatred, promotes hatredness towards the different religious groups amongst different people? In fact, the attacks of 26/11 in India, the Mumbai Hotel Taj, was caused by the same religious terrorism group as of who caused the attacks in 9/11 in the World Trade Center. Both the attacks was being caused by the same terrorist group, Al Qaeda, the Islamic terrorism group. And in total, there were around 6,000 fatalities in both United States and in India, causing a lot of devastation. But amongst those 6,000 people who died, among around 200 people were Muslims. So do you really think that the people, if terrorism was really promoting hatredness towards other religion, would it really kill the people of their own religion? That's Muslim? Absolutely no. In fact, according to research by Britannica.com, terrorism itself is an anti-human religion which promotes hatredness towards humanity or religion of humanism in general. So here I like to stop again and ask you all to think and just think and see that if terrorism is really different from religious conflicts, or is religious conflicts a direct stimuli towards terrorism? In a nutshell, in the end and in the conclusion, I'd just like to say that when people leave apart their ideologies, their different perspectives, and their diverse field, which we all have in general, then they can actually see a much more peaceful world around themselves. And when they come together as a race of humans, as a religion of humanity, then there would be less crises, wars, and massacres around the globe. We'll see that we live in a world which is full of anti-social, anti-communalism, anti-rational, anti-religion, anti-sex, anti-caste people, and we'll be having a much more peaceful life. Indeed, we'll see that we know the true meaning of life, and then we'll know the true meaning of universalism. Thank you. You have a great day. Stay safe.